What's going on, everybody? Another episode of Club 50 Sports is coming your way. Of course, it's your boy A Dub. I'm here with my man, Manny C. Talk to the people. What's going on, man?
Yeah, man, here. Enjoying some good NBA free agency to start us off this off season, man.
We moving and shaking. We
We're
moving and
moving, we're
shaking.
moving. Some franchises are getting better, some franchises are getting doomed. They're going back to the graveyard days, and we're gonna start off with that, Mr. Wilson. What do you say?
So let's talk about it. We're headed to the association, just as Manny said, and we have a Clipper who is on the move. So Paul George clips the Clippers, and he heads to the 76ers. What do you think about the move? Who gets better? Who gets worse? Who made a mistake? Who made a
Well,
good move here?
let me start by saying who made a mistake quick. Lawrence Frank and the Clippers made the mistake, Adam. They basically let Paul George walk out the door for free. I would have traded him probably in the doing like the NBA trade deadline, even now, sign it and trade, because you gave an onslaught of players and picks to Oklahoma, including that guy that I think should have won the MVP, SGH,
Shea
phenomenal
Gilgis
season.
Alexander,
Oh
yes.
yeah, he should have won the MVP, and he was involved in that trade. Moving on. Congratulations to Paul George on joining the Philadelphia 76ers. This was the right move for him. I think he left his hometown to be uncomfortable in Philadelphia because he wanted to win a title. For me, I felt that Paul George was not going to give him that. For sure, Paul George was not going to give him that. You know, Paul George has played in 4 of the 19 past playoff games that the Clippers have played. That's unacceptable. Paul George, I mean, Kawhi has averaged like 40 games a season. He's unreliable. Why would I play with somebody like him? I think that the 76ers, I mean, the Clippers, did Paul very bad because I think that he should have been the one to sign first last year than this year because he wanted a little bit more money than the 3 year, the 150 that Kawhi got. He wanted a little bit more, like 55. Kawhi got 50, so he wanted 55. I don't blame him. He's more available than the other man that plays with him. So guess what? He said he said Kawhi, Maxi, and Embiid. And guess what? He chose Maxi and Embiid. Can't blame him, Adam. Can't blame him. Now that 76ers have a great chance to win an NBA title, and guess what? The Clippers are on their way probably to rebuilding again because guess what? Who do you have out there now? Kawhi and James Harden. They decided against Kawhi. Good luck with that. Good luck with that in the West, man. What do you say?
Um, I'm gonna be honest. Paul George, we all know him to be one of the best players in this league. Two-way player,
Mhm.
great offensively, also really good defensively as well. You know, what I mean, nobody's going to turn their nose up at him on the defensive end. He's definitely not. He's definitely not a road cone. You know, what I mean, you're not just driving by him. However, I will say Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, in my opinion, both of them have been completely unavailable. Let me talk some games played here. Games played for Paul George since the 2019-2020 season. You're talking 48, 54 the next season, 31 games played the next season, 56 games played the next season. And last year, Paul George finally came back to form and played 74 games. But I can't forget about all those other years. You're talking, and I understand some of them were due to injury, but I'll read those again: 48, 54, 31, 56. This is a problem. Kawhi's been no better, don't get me wrong. He's right there around 48s, 50s, and all sorts of stuff. But if you're really serious about winning the championship, and they had the nucleus for some time in Los Angeles, even at
Right.
the beginning of this season, we looked at that team and said, hey, you know what? Maybe this team can make some noise. But the unavailability of these star players is a huge problem. You can't build continuity when you have one guy in, one guy out. You can't build a rapport. You can't build a chemistry. And that's what tanked the Clippers. In all honesty, it didn't matter if they signed any of them back. Your best ability is your availability. And if these guys aren't available, might as well just go ahead and throw in the season and save you some money. They could have let Kawhi go as well, because this team isn't going anywhere. James Harden, they can let them all go, because if they are not available on the court, you will not be holding the Larry O'Brien trophy. You have to maintain some consistency when it comes to your availability on the court. Point blank. 76ers got better, I will say that. If Paul George can stay healthy, they're still not holding a candle to the sun when it comes to the Boston Celtics.
And by the way, you're 100% right, Adam. And also, might I add that for the 76ers to be considered a contender, Embiid cannot get injured again this season.
Which is also
for like a long period of time, especially in the playoffs. He didn't play in the playoffs, and it's not good, Adam. You're right. We need to be available to play. You got to be available.
And he had a couple of games in the Knicks series, but he looked horrible. He didn't look like he didn't look like himself. You know what I mean? You could tell that the man was playing injured, and we don't even know about whether or not he's able to stay healthy. So now you've got a Paul George who can't stay on the court. You've got an Embiid, and it seems like Maxi's going to be playing all by himself again. Like I said, a lot of injuries when it comes between the 76ers and they basically traded one infirmary ward for another one. You know what I mean? It's basic. We're kind of dealing with the same things. But if these guys can stay healthy, they've got a shot to get to the Eastern Conference Championship. However, they're not beating the Boston Celtics. As a Heat fan, that tastes like vinegar in my mouth. I can't believe I'm saying it. But the Boston Celtics are far and away the best team, not only in the East, but in the National Basketball Association.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, Adam, I still think that Boston is number one in the NBA. Pending, we'll see what else happens throughout the offseason with like teams signing players and releasing. We'll see what happens. Right now, Boston is the best team, Adam. Point blank.
Somebody's gonna have to sign the second coming of Jesus Christ or Michael Jordan, one of the two. Because that team is stacked. That team, and they've got basically everybody coming back. So it's tough.
It's true. And they just signed Derek White and Tatum to like long-term deals. So guess what? They're not going anywhere, my guys. Heat fans, it is what it is, man. They ain't going anywhere. But yeah, man, let's move on to like our next topic, man.
Sit tight. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard the man. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with the next segment. Hang on. This is Club 50 Sports.